like a
We're
manly
good.
woman.
We're on air. Wildly uninteresting. Sting.
And that's a man. Sting.
Man.
Sting.
How's everybody doing this week?
Brr.
Good.
Good?
I've
Everybody
had a
good?
fun week. I've liked it. Is that a
Fun
man
week?
or a woman?
That is a man.
All right.
That could possibly be a woman. But you don't know anymore. Never know. Could identify as a female badass.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I've had a good
yeah.
week.
Had a good week.
I've enjoyed it.
It's been a good week. It's been a long fucking week. Rainy week, but
I love
it
the
is
rain.
Derby week.
It is Derby week.
Did you watch any of the...
Oh, no, I don't give a
horse
shit.
racing? No.
But I work with a dude. He's obsessed with it. He's been doing overtime,
Ooh.
like so that he has money. He goes to the Derby every year.
It's
And-
just to
Yeah.
pay off his debt, right? Because he bets
No,
too
he's
much.
actually really good at betting.
I was gonna say Derby's not until tomorrow though. Today's Oaks.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
that
okay.
horse racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
he was all like, "Oh, I might have a julep."
Ooh.
They're
You know what?
disgusting.
Anybody who drinks
No.
mint julep can suck a dick because
Well, I
they-
refuse to suck a dick.
Have you drank one?
I like them. They're
They're
delicious.
fucking
Also
terrible.
call
I
it
went to
a
a mint
julep.
julep contest
Julep.
one time.
Jalapinous.
I wonder though.
I live in Kentucky. I'll never drink one of those again.
I feel like
ever.
that guy made it very poorly. Perhaps give it another shot and then make
Well, maybe
a
I have to
decision.
build
It
buy a
was
real one.
disgusting. It was
Yeah,
really
I mean, there's a
fucking
way to
gross.
do it, and there's a way to not.
Maybe I have to buy a real one and not like the pre-mixed thing that he had.
Well,
'Cause
no,
I wouldn't
'cause
pay for that.
No, all
shit.
he did was put bourbon and throw a mint leaf on it.
No, but
Yeah, that's fucking
was
dumb.
Like
Yeah.
it was a mint julep whiskey mix.
I've had
that
some
was
fancy ass
pre-mixed
shit, like
mint
with
whiskey.
like a candied apple, like coated in brown
Ooh.
sugar,
Oh.
like
Inside
just
of
as
it?
a yeah,
Oh,
it's
like a garnish. But
yeah.
not.
Because I mean, you can do it.
Right.
Just don't let some asshole make it for you.
Yeah,
And you'll be
I
fine.
think
Right?
that's probably what the problem was. But it was fucking terrible. I will say, though, if I drank the whole thing, I would have probably not been able to walk.
No,
It's just-
absolutely not.
God.
It
Yeah.
was. I swear to God, it was,
Was it a liter of drink?
a liter of
It
bourbon.
was strong.
Yeah. It was
Strong. Take the
just
breath away,
bourbon.
man.
Yeah, let me get a handle of that with some mint in it.
I'm not too much of a hard
Here's a
alcohol,
mint.
though, drinker. I'll drink, like, beer. I'll drink wine. But I don't drink, I don't know. I don't
got-
really like hard alcohol.
I got home last night and I made a frozen pizza,
Ooh,
and I did 5 shots of bullet bourbon while it was cooking.
Jesus.
fucking. I thought you were doing it while you were eating
Had a
pizza.
death
That'd be a
wish.
weird mix. I
Oh,
like
you
eating
know.
like chicken and steak and fish and stuff with wines and beers. Like
Yeah.
beer will make things a little bit better. Like they make a steak better, I think. It's like have you ever ate chocolate with a beer?
I
If
don't
you-
think
No.
so.
You should
Uh-uh.
try to eat chocolate and beer together. It like brings out the taste of the chocolate.
Interesting.
It's really really
Nice.
good.
I really hate beer. It's disgusting.
Yeah, you should try it
I
though
like
one
beer.
time. Kind of takes it away from
No,
it.
you don't.
I always, anytime I get a beer, whenever we're playing a show, I always have Amy taste it.
Yeah.
It's like she hates beer.
It's so gross.
It's awesome, and she always hates it. She's like, they all taste the same, and she makes a face, and
Yes.
they don't all taste the same, but
No.
it's
Well,
fun
they-
for me.
They don't all taste the same, but there are a lot that taste exactly the same. There's
Yeah.
certainly like a difference between like Guinness and Bud Light. Like you can tell that they're not the same fucking thing, but they're equally disgusting.
Every now and then, she'll drink one of my beers, and she fucking, it's terrible. I'll throw up.
I'll have just like a sip.
Yeah, a guy told me a long time ago, because before I was like drinking beer, like a beer drinker, and he was like, beer is like coffee and those things. You acquire taste over a certain amount of time. In retrospect, if I had never drank a beer and I go, no, hey, I want a fucking beer, when I drink it, it's like drinking piss.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get into it and the different beers and you get an acquired taste, you're like, I
Yeah.
fucking like this.
Well, it's like once you
But-
know what you're getting into, then
Yeah.
it's golden.
In the beginning, though, it was
Oh, in the
fucking
beginning's terrible.
And I started drinking beer and stuff and going to parties to get this girlfriend that I wanted at the time, and she was like, "Oh, I'll party now," and I never partied. You know, I didn't believe in drinking and shit, so I would just be like, "All right, yeah, me too." And then so I had to slowly start partying and drinking beers. So I think the first thing
Who are you really?
I only
Yeah.
started
No.
to have fun in life because I wanted to get with this chick.
Yeah, that's it, man. I was like, what should I do? And I started drinking Milwaukee's Best.
Oh,
Was
God, that's the one
it's
beer
fucking-
that I won't drink.
Yeah, maybe that's why I had a bad experience. with it. But I learned.
The beast.
I used to drink beer. There was quite a period of time when I didn't. When I worked at UPS, because we always got kegs I drank it frequently. We what's the pong beer pong?
Beer pong.
Oh,
We
what's
played
the
that.
pong?
The pong.
The pong thing with the
No, I was
beer.
thinking there was a
beer.
lasso
With the
involved.
Woo! We played beer pong, and I actually drank beer. But other than that, no, I grew out of that shit real fast.
Was it the joy of beer, or was it just the social interaction of it? Okay, I'm with my people. Let's
get
do this.
drunk.
I remember liking it more than I do now.
Yeah.
It was bearable. I mean, it had to be bearable, or I wouldn't have fucking drank it. That's for sure.
I don't
Makes
know.
sense. You
There's
can-
some people that would just...
I grew into onions. You grew out of beer.
Yeah.
I'll never grow into onions.
Hell,
Onions
you
are
won't.
fucking terrible, dude.
I said
so
that too.
good.
Do y'all like them? You like them? I know
You
she
I
fucking
do.
does.
Yeah.
I had a burger last weekend. Onions on it.
Oh,
I didn't
God.
even care.
Maybe I tried it one time with a burger. I think a burger is the only bearable way to eat those. Or if they're like fried up and shit, and some olive oil and shit.
Yeah, I mean they can still be
Shit, shit,
ruined.
shit.
I still tell people about your fucking onion and cheese
Yes,
sandwiches.
it's so good. It was just an excuse to eat onions, is what it was. If I
That is disgusting.
wouldn't be judged by you for just eating straight onions, I would have done it.
I don't think anyone has ever heard me tell them that, and then they're like, I can see it. That's something I'd be behind. I was like,
I
what the fuck is
love-
wrong with her?
It's so good.
I knew somebody used to put straight ranch on bread, and they put two pieces together and they'd eat
Was
it.
it a fat bitch?
No,
Yeah,
it was
had to be a fat bitch.
the
Was it a-
girlfriend that I tried to get from drinking. Her sister.
Her sister.
Yeah. I made it a little bit better. It was her sister.
Oh shit.
I ain't
was
going
fucking
after
terrible.
that ranch drinking whore. I
God.
want
She
her
was a
sister.
skinny thing, but she would eat ranch like it was nobody's business.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Maybe
Molly
she
and I
must've liked
used
the
to
taste.
make fun of people who ate a lot of ranch, and then her sister one day came to her house and had it in her fucking purse.
I eat
We're
fucking.
like,
I love
this
ranch.
fat bitch.
Ranch on chicken is the best. I eat
Yeah,
tons of ranch on chicken.
it is
Or
really
pizza,
good.
same thing.
I've tried it on pizza, only because of Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Jessica.
anytime we would go to the store, that was all right. We need to get ranch.
You
What
know
the
you're
fuck?
out of it all the
I
time.
do like it with pizza. Sometimes I have to be in a specific mood for it.
Yeah.
The frozen ones, the little like individuals, I like it with that a whole lot. But I don't eat it with like delivered pizza.
I like it
the,
with school pizza. You
the
remember
California
school
Pizza Kitchen
pizza?
shit, or like the Red Baron
Red Baron,
individually
probably.
mans.
Are they Red Baron?
Yeah.
I think they're
One and a half,
Tostinos.
whatever.
But
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, they do have other shit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of pizza companies are coming in with this. Oh, single serving.
yeah, no,
Because
I
they know
think-
that half their demographic is depressed.
Yes. I think Tostinos were like the original ones,
Yes.
weren't they? The little red packages. They
believe
used to be
so.
in boxes, and now they're just
yeah,
in
they-
bags.
I know.
They don't
think
give
I
a
That kind
shit.
of
tired
fucked
of
me
it.
up. I didn't think it was real. I saw
I
the
bet-
bag. I was like, wait, what is this?
Isn't boxes? Wouldn't boxes be more ecologically
Very much.
sound
Uh-huh.
than the paper?
Especially
We're in it for the
because
money.
You
Yeah.
could
You're
fucking
spending too much on the
pizza.
boxes.
you could make that shit out of anything recycled and
Not plastic, dude. Plastic is
no,
the worst
plastic's
thing.
just plastic.
Especially if it's not reusable. If you use reusable plastics, and like you do water bottles, but you're not supposed to because
Yeah, you're not supposed
it
to.
leaches chemical into the water. If you use it, you have to use it quite a bit.
Oh, the last one I had, I used for about 6 months.
Right.
It was basically gonna fall apart if I didn't throw it away.
You know,
But reusable plastic bottles that you can use, that's
Yeah.
that's okay.
Like the
You can do
shaker.
that. You can keep that forever.
Uh-huh.
But
good point. Punch the arm.
but yeah.
No. Fuck that. We need to start taking all the plastic and shit and throwing it into volcanoes. Because it'll
Man,
melt,
I
and
know,
then it will
but-
go back to the earth.
I watched the thing on
Interesting.
that. And they said that they were explaining how hard it would be to transport it, to get it in there, and then they showed like when you
So
put a
this is a
small
thing?
amount.
Yeah,
they
we could
put it-
drop rice on third world countries, but we can't put plastic in a
They
volcano.
do. They
Right?
say so. They put it. They put like a little drop of water in a volcano. They do like a small trash bag to show you how big of an explosion that it would make. So it would probably us dumping it in would create an eruption that would be you know what I mean?
More
Yeah.
detrimental.
More
than
detrimental to the environment than
Well,
actually burning the
Then
trash.
let's just tell the people in the area, all right, look, you don't get to live here anymore because we're
there's
going to
a
start
fucking volcano?
sacrificing trash to the gods.
Why would you live in a place that had active volcanoes anyways? Or a resting volcano for that matter? Like, why would you... This is where I want to live.
Well, 95% of
beautiful.
people that live near volcanoes also skydive, bungee jump.
He's just
And
making
He's
shit
making
up.
it up at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Sounded
wouldn't it
good,
be
though.
cool, though?
Well, it's impossible
good.
to avoid all things like that, though. Like, I'm sure most volcanoes aren't, like, about to erupt right now, so it's not like it's gonna happen today.
But the cool thing is
An
you never know
inevitability.
when it's going to happen. And
Yeah.
I think as much trash as we have
Mm-hmm.
would definitely set it off. And did you know that there's two parts of the Atlantic Ocean? Might be Atlantic Ocean. That
They're all one.
it's like they call it the trash something. It's where all the trash from the currents
Oh,
pulls it up in these two areas. These huge areas of just trash
The
from the
plastic
East Coast and the
beach.
West Coast. Yeah, or
I
something.
I don't know. That's a Gorillaz album, but I assume that's probably where they took
Where
it
they
from.
got it.
Honestly.
Yeah,
Or not.
The
Maybe.
plastic
it's a real
Maybe
thing.
though.
Yeah.
It is fucking real though.
Yeah.
They it pulls up in the ocean and it just sits there. Nobody cleans it. And we're
They
just
don't
like, "Oh,
fucking
worry about
clean
it."
it? What?
Well, that's why you have mercury in your fish now, because all that shit is leaching into the water. It's getting like the fish are in the water.
I always thought
So now they
mercury
have
was just
mercury.
naturally in fish.
It is to a certain degree, but now
Oh.
it's at a very high level to where if you eat too much fish, like you can't
get
just eat
mercury
fish and right, you
poisoning.
get mercury poison now
Yeah.
because of us, because of people who don't give a fuck.
I'm
But I would
surprised nobody cleans it up. All you gotta do is get a big fucking net.
Yeah,
Act like
but
you're going
here's the
salmon
thing.
fishing.
Yeah, but
You can clean up as much trash as you want to, but you have to have somewhere to put it. You have to like maintain it and all that shit. Eventually, the whole world will be covered in trash because we're terrible.
in my head, though, I'm just picturing you guys rounding up like shitty humans. We gotta do something about this trash, you guys.
You guys are killing me.
It's just
Yes.
building up.
Come on, you're gonna help us. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm tired of
We're
you
gonna
ordering
drown you
20
while we're out
things
there.
before me in the drive-through. You gotta go.
Yes.
I'm
like-
sure your family does
I
it
love
too.
it.
But they have like companies coming out with which I fucking think is awesome. In place of styrofoam, they're doing like they're like wood chips, either that or like cardboard chips, whatever they're putting in it, and they're using the mycelium from mushrooms to
Oh,
put them
yeah.
in molds.
This is
Right.
great because I was thinking they should call it Myrofoam.
Ooh,
Because
that
it's
would
like
be perfect.
it's my, but then you got your shit. So
Mycelium
continue.
foam.
Yeah.
But yeah, they put it in a mold and then it does this thing. Mycelium grows, makes this hard unit, and then you can reuse it, or you can just throw it out into the garden, and
Yeah.
mycelium covers like a huge portion
Yeah.
of land.
It's mycelium. It's not gonna do anything.
Right.
I-
Oh, you don't know?
It's-
Yeah.
No, you guys are talking about it like it's just common knowledge, and I'm like,
No,
Well,
this is something
good thing
weird.
you guys are on the same
Yeah, I
page.
think- Well, you're over here both talking about throwing plastic in volcanoes. I didn't know that was a thing.
Well,
It's
no,
not.
it's
I just
not
thought
a
it'd be a
thing.
good idea.
But
It's
you
just-
both were like, well, yeah, I've seen a thing about it.
Yeah, it was
That
a-
did
a
surprise
video.
me.
Oh.
I was like, oh yeah, so I was like, really?
No,
Interesting.
yeah, there's a video online that says what if. It's like a what if video. What if we did this? Because I think other
Yeah.
people have thought that, like, well, don't fucking burn it.
See,
then
you're
you
not
can-
original.
you
Yeah, but they
can,
just set it on
uh,
fire. I'm putting it in.
You can
Alright,
put
I'm
it in
just a
like
scrud.
an incinerator. Like they have programs for that. But waste management in Louisville is actually, you know how they have the big mound, they bury it all underground, and then they have methane pipes, right? They go all the way down to the trash heaps at different levels. And as the methane is releasing, they used to burn it off, and you can smell it if you're on 65 North,
Mm-hmm.
right? Well, now they're
if
actually
you're going
gonna.
south, you can't.
Oh, you can definitely. Figure it out. But now they're gonna channel all that methane gas, and we're gonna use it for like heating homes and all that
Hell
shit.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool. I guess
The
you
mo-
could take the smell out of it.
Knowledge.
Yeah.
The
We'll get used to
mycelium
it.
thing, we watched, was it a podcast? So we listened and watched, I guess, together. So that's why it's common knowledge to us, that one is.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Yes.
Got really
Yeah.
interesting that. The guy, like, he keeps bugs away from his homes because he grows a certain kind of mushroom that
Mm-hmm.
the ants
What?
eat, and then I don't know. It's some crazy stuff, man. It's that
It's the
Statham
mushroom
guy.
hat guy.
Statham. What is his name? He's
Oh,
on Joe
He
Rogan.
literally has a hat made out of mushroom.
You know who? we're
No,
talking
I don't think I know him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Statman. I'll come up with his name.
Because I was thinking Jason Statham.
Just knocking people
Yeah,
out.
dude.
No, I'll
Fucks up
find
humans, and he has a perfect ecological balance around his home.
That, and then there's the company that came out with the paper straw, which sounds
Paul-
like, well, duh, but no. Paul Statman. Statman. Staments. Paul Staments. Whatever that
Yeah,
guy's
I've never
name.
seen that guy.
Oh yeah,
But I could see him doing that.
Yeah, he's
on
pretty
Joe
awesome,
Rogan.
man.
There's like a 2-hour thing. So
He has a TED Talk that's really good too. He kind of talks about the same thing that he talked about,
He's
but that happens.
a brilliant.
He has
Brilliant.
his expertise.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he is fucking brilliant. Love it.
What is his name?
Paul.
What's this
Paul.
brilliant dude's name?
Paul.
Let's
Is
get
his
this
name.
Paul.
motherfucker. I'm
That's
terrible with
awesome.
names, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, I know, man. When it comes to, especially people like, I have to see them multiple times, which is hard because it's hard to look somebody up again that you forgot their name.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I don't save it right away, then I fucking forget it. So I put the YouTube save to list to make sure I know their name and rewatch it. But
Mm-hmm.
it's terrible, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
I
start
can-
watching a video and then it'll pop up in my continue watching thing.
Oh yeah.
That's how I found episode 5 of this
Wow.
shit.
Check that
Because, you know, I
out.
was like, and then I figured I wouldn't be able to get back to it. So I started it and then I stopped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if anybody listens wondering where you can watch the rest of these, if you just want the audio, you can go to Spreaker.com. You can
Spell
download
that
the
out.
app.
Let them know.
Spreaker. I almost fucked it up. Spreaker.com. We have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wildly uninteresting.
Wildly uninteresting. And we have a Facebook.
Are you guys subscribed to it? Because I
am.
saw there were
On
2
YouTube,
subscriptions,
uh-huh.
and then I subscribed, and then there were 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
We're growing the power of 3.
I thought about giving it a thumbs down, though.
That'd be awesome.
But I didn't.
Don't be a dick.
Don't
I'm
be
going to
an
be a
asshole.
dick, but not in that moment.
Oh no, but we have more now
Don't you
because
dare.
I talked a couple of my friends into liking it.
Yay!
Yeah, so fuck them.
Excellent.
Yeah, they'll have to listen to my shitty voice.
I'm going
What-
to beat my
That-
friends over the head with it.
Oh yeah.
I don't ever promote anything I do, though, so
You should definitely.
this will
promote
probably
this.
be no different.
Promote it. Come
You're
on.
terrible.
Hey,
Well,
I know.
No, don't promote it for you. Do it for me. Just because we all have like the same friends in a sense. Not all of
Hey,
them.
check
by
out
any
Sarah's podcast.
means. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way you do
Definitely.
it. Sarah has a
Uh,
podcast.
Uh
Yeah.
So if I say Adam, they'll be like, well, which one?
huh. It's like us with mics. We
Fucking
had
mics.
Too many mics. There's
Yeah,
like
there's so many mics in the world.
I can think
Johns.
of 5 off the top of my head instantly.
So the basis of this podcast is supposed to be happiness.
Happy.
We never
Well, I
Stop
figured
that.
we could, like, segue into it.
Yeah, I feel like
Smoothly.
we are
No.
terrible at segueing into.
Yeah,
We
that's
might
fine.
have to go ahead and just
Yeah.
slam dunk it in
Alright,
here.
so it's happiness.
Yay, happiness.
Happiness.
Uh-huh.
And the basis for this is, I guess, because after the car wreck, right? I
Right.
got into this thing. You know on Rick and Morty where he's like, Rick starts playing the game, whatever the game is, where you live inside the life of whatever the guy's name is?
Yeah, it's Roy.
Roy. He
Oh,
play-
okay.
At Blitz
Roy
and Shits.
too, Dave.
And Morty's playing, and the dude gets cancer.
It's the
And then he
funniest
comes
shit.
back. Like, he worked at he was a star football player.
Right.
Then he works at a fucking carpet store,
Mhm.
right? And then he gets cancer, he beats cancer, and he goes back to the fucking carpet store, right? Well,
Yeah.
that's how I feel after the wreck. I feel like I went back to the same shit and all that. If you were in a wreck and then, you almost died and all that shit.
You mean like the time that it happened to me?
Yeah, when you fell off, you got the head injury.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like,
This isn't
now.
about you.
Sorry.
I'm
he
saying-
was making it about me.
No, I'm saying, like, now, since you're, like, older and you've lived a little bit longer. You
Yeah.
were young at the time that
That's
happened.
true.
You were
Yeah.
teens. So
Alright.
now that you've lived a little bit, right? Would you be truly happy if that was it? If you, like, showed up to the fucking pearly gates and...
Dude, that's all I want now.
He's fucking
It's like,
suicidal.
Let's just
Terrible
get this
guy.
shit over with. Where's the end?
Do you think there's something after this?
Of course. I don't know what.
You don't know what? I
But
don't
there's
know
something.
either. I don't know about that,
In
though.
my humble opinion.
Because what's his name? Terrence McKenna. He said that when he died 3 times coming down the mountain when they were trying to transport him, right? That he went, they had to revive him 3 times. He said each of those times it was like a major trip, and then there was nothing. And then he woke up and there was something.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that all these people that believe in Christianity and, Buddhism and all that shit,
Yeah.
he says that he doesn't believe none of that because it's just our way of coping with the afterlife. Like, what's next? Like, we're so you build an ego in life, and you have this life that you hang on to, and the people you love, and all that. Well, there's nothing after this. You just go into the abyss, and then maybe you wake up as another human, but you'll never know it.
Right.
You'll just die. I mean, you don't know anything after
Well,
that. You just die.
He's like, what? Why am I here for the first time now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think.
Probably wouldn't phrase it like that, but.
I've never done this before. Interesting.
From the beginning, if you hopped out of the womb and said that shit, you'd be an extraordinary being.
Somebody catch that baby. Let's sell it.
Let's sell that baby for profit.
He's enlightened. What kind of womb do you have, woman?
But
Yeah,
Terrence
goodness.
McKenna says there's nothing. He
I
said
feel
that
like,
he did
though,
it 3 times. There was nothing.
I've died before too, and there was nothing, but I still think that there's something afterwards. I would imagine that it's probably not what everybody thinks by any means, but
I don't think so. No.
when you're no longer here and then you come back, like, I would assume that you're gonna not remember any of that stuff.
Yeah.
It was so traumatic, everything's blocked off.
Well,
So
plus everything, you forget everything anyway.
yeah, it's like
Even
a
like the
dream
best
in a
shit from your
sense.
childhood. It's like, oh, I don't remember that at all. Oh,
And-
but it happened and you loved it. Yeah. I watched Lost and now I don't remember
Mm-hmm.
anything before that.
So going back to the head injury that you sustained, right? Because you fell
Yes.
off a truck, or you fell off the back of a truck?
Like an
or-
SUV, essentially.
It was a
But-
Jimmy,
So,
technically.
so what happened?
Jimmy.
So you fall off the truck, right?
Right,
You
yeah.
hit your head, but what happened? Did you black out? Did you not remember stuff?
Oh yeah, I
Did you-
just like 1 minute I'm hanging out with my friends in a parking lot, and the next I'm in a hospital, and Sam's lifting up my gown to look at my ass.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So did you immediately know? Oh fuck! I hit my head and all that shit, or did you
No.
have to be told?
I was
Is
like, what
it-
the fuck is going on?
And that was
Oh,
a couple
so
days
serious.
later.
Yeah,
It wasn't
Yeah.
even the same day. It was days later.
Damn
because
it!
I was out for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, see, I always thought you just fell off, hit your head, and then you were transported and wake and responsive, and then like that.
Well, I mean, I was
So-
awake, technically, in the sense that like I was trying to fight off the people that were trying
Right.
to help me. I was like, get
Well,
the
because
fuck.
you didn't know, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, head injuries can make you aggressive,
Aggressive
as
as
well.
fuck, yeah, for sure.
Well, plus, I mean, they were bitches.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
Bitch ass
Fuck you,
bitches.
EMT, for saving my
They
life.
came in talking shit about Blink. I wasn't having that.
Well, and everyone assumed that he was drunk.
Oh,
Everyone. They
yeah.
never stopped saying it. They said he's been drinking and he fell off.
There's
Like,
no way this kid's this stupid.
Yeah.
Just
You
give him the
know-
benefit.
like
He was
accidents
drunk.
don't fucking occur.
They did that at Adam's wreck. Adam was drinking a whole lot. I had 1 beer the whole night because I just got out of jail and I was penniless. He bought me 1 beer and I drank the shit out of it all night long. And then when he wrecked, they were like, he's been drinking. He might not feel his injuries right now. And, they cut my pants off me and shit like that. And I was like, it baffles me. They always assume that you're drunk or
Uh-huh.
you're intoxicated in some way and shit. That always blew me away about,
It's like
Even-
they just want to shame people.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
Well,
the better
even
than.
when we got in the accident, like, it took him a few seconds or even minutes to
Oh,
like
yeah, that
come
lady.
to realization of what was actually going on. So he kept saying, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. And then it finally came to him, and the girl was just like, oh, well, he doesn't know what's
don't know
going
shit.
on. He has no idea what
And I
happened.
spouted it off, detail
Like, it
by detail.
matched
Yeah.
exactly what I said.
And this lady was like, "Oh, he didn't know what he was talking about when he woke up." And I did, man. It was the first
I
time
fucking
in life,
did, bro.
on big DMT trips. You get into it, and then you don't know.
Big D.
You don't know anything about. I mean, like your whole world's fucked up, and you have no clue what had happened to you and all that, right?
Right.
Well, I've never woke up and not known, like, if I'm a human, if I'm fucking, what grass was, why, what wet means. Like, when I woke up in the ditch, I didn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who, like, people were, none of that shit. And I've never been through something like that, So I'm sure that, you probably had the same, but you couldn't remember it.
I couldn't
for those,
remember
like,
shit.
3 days.
And as a result, I don't remember most of life.
Prior.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like a few things stand out, but it's like,
Yeah.
Then I
I
went
can
back
see
to
that,
work,
though.
and like they had like the 3
It's tough
tenants
to
or
go back to
whatever
work, ain't it?
things, and I was smug about it. Fuck you! I don't need your therapy. I'm good.
Yeah.
I can go back to work at the record store.
You probably should have went with the therapy, though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But whatever.
You better pour it down.
I think too, though. I mean, they had to relieve pressure in your head, so they had to like drill holes, didn't they?
Or a-hole.
No.
I feel like they did. There was some pressure.
Oh, you said you don't know.
No, I mean I don't know like from remembering it, but I feel like Mom said something about that.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that
It's like,
they
they
did
drilled
have
your
to.
skull.
Yeah, so I would imagine that's all this stuff is
It's like
dramatic.
a drill scar.
Uh-huh.
I guess, but the thing is, though, like, okay, say that same thing happened now, right? Would you be happy with the current situation? You know what I mean? Would you be, because I know you have a weird way of looking at it, but would you truly, would you be happy? Would your ego be happy at the end of that? Would you be like, yeah, I did everything I needed to, and I'm doing everything right now that I need to be doing. I'm okay with dying.
Would you come back and be a security guard?
Right. Would you come back be a security guard? Would you come back and play in Gravel and Spider? Would you come back and whatever?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
Mm-hmm.
But why?
It's like I
Because
want
you
to
really
say
want to?
no.
You went back to the carpet store.
You went back to the carpet store, bro. I just feel like that's what I did, and I feel like that's fucking idiotic, right? Because you have a moment like that, and you should fucking cherish it.
Before it happened, you were unhappy
Right.
doing what you were doing.
Right.
So it's just that it kind of validated it, essentially.
It's like
Yeah.
Same thing with those DMT trips, man. They'll fucking put you on your ass because they make you see life for what it is and like how idiotic, the things in life and what people worry about, like bills and taxes and.
That's true.
You gotta be a good worker and work overtime and that, dude. None of that shit matters.
See, I still haven't done the DMT shit, but
you got
like
to,
from mushrooms and acid and meditation also, like it becomes apparent that there's a lot of bullshit that you kind of
Oh yeah, most definitely.
you worry about. It's
like,
like who needs it?
Yeah, you've been fed it for so long that you just think that okay, well this is what it is.
This is the path to happiness.
Same
The
thing
American dream is the only way.
With
Right.
college students, like that's saying that like that's the only way. That's why we don't have a lot of trades workers anymore. College, you don't need college. I make more than college graduates, and I think that. We put too much emphasis on things when in reality, do whatever the fuck you want because it doesn't matter anyways.
True.
When it comes down to it.
But I mean, I don't like the idea of college being the quote unquote answer.
Right.
You know? But I do think everybody should go to college because you get smarter.
I think
And the smarter populace is better for the world.
I think it can definitely be very beneficial going to school. I mean, just for the sake of knowledge, but not necessarily have it. It's crap to me that you have to take specific classes. You have to do this.
Yeah.
You have to
you
do
should
that.
be able to do what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
No, simmer down. Think about it like this. It's like you go to a karate man. You're like, oh, you're my sensei. I want to learn this. But I'm only going to learn it the way that I want to learn it.
Well,
He's like, fuck you, I'm the sensei. My way or get out.
I couldn't get a major in psychology because they wanted me to take Spanish. How does that make sense? I took every...
Well, you think Spanish people aren't going to come in and have things to unload?
No, what?
You think they just drink beer and build roofs?
You think if I took
he got
3
you.
semesters of Spanish that I'd be able to
You'd
help
be-
therapize them?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably not.
No. Okay.
Bueno.
I took every single other class and I had to get a minor in psychology because I didn't take the Spanish. That doesn't make any sense. The
Well,
other stuff, some like prereq.
Since you were hard-headed on it, now you don't have that.
I know, exactly. And I would still do the same damn thing. But it just doesn't make any sense to me. I can understand some things because it helps you think differently. Obviously, when you're doing science, you have to think differently than you do in a liture
Think
class.
about science.
Right. It's a very different train of thought and way of getting to answers. I get that. But some shit just doesn't make sense.
No.
All I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I never got, because I did 3.5 years of college, which drugs got in the way of finishing it. I won't blame it on the school. But when it came down to... Is that what you're
calling drugs?
No.
Quote unquote, the school.
Like the school. The drugs got in the way of school.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to blame it on like, oh, the classes were terrible. But they did make me take a whole lot of shit. I wanted to be a physical therapist. Right. And they made me take so many math classes, and that has nothing to do with physical therapy.
I feel like you need like anatomy and then the other stuff
biology,
that teach you how to do it.
Something else, some other things. I don't need, finite math and fucking
right. I don't have to take calculus.
Yeah. I never got muscle. That. If I wanted, what I'm saying is, when I was a kid, I fucking loved bowling. I loved building things and building contraptions and fucking you name it, like electronics, stuff like that. If they would have nurtured that when I was a kid and built me up to what I love to do, I feel like I would have been more of a help to society than I am now, because I get out of high school and I'm lost because I've been taught for 12 years shit I didn't care about. Mm-hmm. So now I'm like, well, what do I do now? Because there's a set plan for everybody.
But just think how stupid you would be if you didn't learn that shit that wasn't important in high school.
Right. But who would I be stupid to?
How much of it do you remember?
Yeah, I don't. Who would I be stupid to?
It's not a matter of remembering it. It's a matter of the impression that it leaves on you, and then that's like your base level then.
Okay,
like instead of being at level 0, at which you pop out, then you're elevated to level 10, and then that just becomes your base level.
Then there should be more, you still have those classes, but there should be more of the things that, like prereqs. Not prereqs, what is it? Extracurriculars, stuff like it. Things you want to do, you should have half and half instead of just having one.
Electives?
There you go.
It. Instead of having one elective, have
5 years of college.
Yeah.
Electives.
It served you well, man. I love it. But you know what I mean? There should be more of what you love in life. What fucking makes you come. You know what I mean?
To a degree, I agree with that. Like, if you're going to do stuff, you need to have a lot more focus on the shit that you're doing.
Right.
But I also like the idea of having more well-rounded, educated people out there rather than just, I'm purely a surgeon. I only work on cars. It's like, you think only in that way. That's like whenever we have the three of us together. Mm-hmm. We all think differently, and that's good. So if you can kind of put that into a singular person, then that person's better off.
Right.
Whereas if, we all three were the same personality talking, it would be like, well, I love it, but...
I can see that. I'm just saying, and maybe it's just me. Maybe I'll never be happy. I'm sure there's something that would make me happy. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Hang on. Let's define happy. What is this that we're looking at today?
Well, everybody's different. Everybody has a different explanation or definition of what their happiness is.
I feel like being content would...
Right.
So I was going to say it's probably good to start with, like, the difference between, like, being happy, like, genuinely, like, to your bones happy,
right.
And then, like, feelings of joy, and then, like, contentment. Like, I feel like contentment is more comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm happy with this, and I'm comfortable.
Right.
Happiness is like,
turn it off.
There's a fire.
Oh, you're good. Don't turn it off.
There wasn't a fire.
There's a fire in my pants.
You would know.
Contentment and joy and happiness, and because there was a period of time where I would say I was super depressed,
mm-hmm.
and I would still have moments of joy.
Right.
Like I enjoyed parts of life, but overall I was just like, fuck this.
Fuck everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just gray with confetti. Who gives a shit? But now I feel like I'm a little closer to happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like a daily thing. And I still enjoy things, but even if like I wake up and it's a crap.
I think you can still get better though. I think there's still room for
absolutely.
growth in your happiness.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
there better be.
If you could play music all day and then do it, wake up when you want, not have to worry about bills. Like I think financial stability, like a more sustainable happiness for me. Anyways,
Yeah.
wake up and not be stressed and not have customers up my ass and not, things that run it my way, run life my way would make me happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make money my way.
Your way,
pay
the
bills
highway.
my way. Yeah.
And that just, it goes back to, it's everybody defines their own happiness. Because
Right.
I'm quite happy. I don't feel like I need to be able to do things myself. Like, I have no problem with the idea of like having my own company or anything like that, but I'm also very happy where I am at work.
Right.
Do I wish that I didn't have to get up at 4 a.m.? Yes, very much so, but I'm still happy with the job, the company,
Yeah.
my expectations and
Right.
things like that. So I'm content.
Right.
And that's what happiness is to me. It's just content. I'm not like yearning for more. Like, I don't feel like I'm incomplete. My life is lacking, like anything
I yearn
like
for
that.
more, but my whole body's like, I don't want to do more work. You know what I mean? I think, though, that's because I get so drained. Like, I put on the fake face and shit to go into work and do all that.
You're
and I
doing
get
shit
drained.
that you don't want to fucking do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the job itself, you enjoy. It's
Yeah.
other factors
Yeah.
that contribute to it.
They I don't know. But when you do that fakeness all day for 8 to 10 hours,
Yeah.
right, and then you get off work, you don't have anything left to do those things that you enjoy and love. And I think a lot of people are in that boat where they spend that 8 to 10 hours a day, maybe even more sometimes, and then they try to do the things they love and they can't. They get it done like maybe once in a month they get to do something
Right.
they actually truly like to do. And I think that's unfair. I think like they were talking about a universal income where they pay us like a living wage up front, and then we can work on top of that, but we have a living wage, you know what I mean? Universal. So that would help people do more things that they love and contribute more and keep the economy rolling forward, because more people would have more money to spend. They didn't have to waste as much
Right.
money on bills, because I know that if
Waste.
it is,
No, it is. I agree. It's just
Definitely.
funny.
But if I could pay all the house on it, get it down to where we don't have to do much of anything, I could do more things that I love and be okay with calling in the work, working 25 hours a week and then spending 80 hours doing the things I love doing, which could contribute to society. You know what I mean? The things I love doing are building and creating and doing, and
Right.
it's hard to do that after you drain yourself all week, and you get to the weekend like, fuck, man, I gotta relax.
I just
See,
want to do nothing.
I don't really have the. Thank God the weekend's here. 'Cause, I mean, I don't hate my job.
Right.
I have hours that I like.
Oh, I'm fucking
My job's
thrilled
easy.
when the weekend gets here.
I like the people that I work with.
That's
And then,
the
I mean, the
4 o'clock
weekend
thing.
gets here. Like, I'm excited. It's like, hey, I get to do this with you guys. And then I'll
Right.
go play a show. And then
Yeah.
I go back to work. But I used to dread going back to work, but I don't now.
When did you dread it? When you worked? Was it
I guess
at-
pretty much before where I am now. Any job
okay.
ever.
So this
Oh,
one's the one
cool.
that got you there.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, this
Awesome.
one's pretty solid.
Hell
I mean,
yes.
there are things that piss me off, but
Well, yeah. But
It's small.
Yeah.
I mean, everything considered, it's worth it. It's
And-
like 95% of the job I'm cool with.
I think that's
that's good.
the big point of happiness is that it's pretty much a consistent state of being, and then the external things have an impact, but they don't take your happiness away.
Right.
It might change your mood. You can identify as sad or angry or whatever,
Yeah.
but still, you're also still happy.
Yeah.
It's not this one thing just fucked everything up, and I
You
want
have-
to kill myself.
You have
now.
a base level of happiness.
Yeah.
And then within that, you're like, well, today I'm a little irritable.
Yeah. For sure.
I can do it. Like you said, the irritable part. Like, there's still going to be bad days, but I think they'd be less bad with less, depression and the badness that's in life. And I'm not saying that I hate life itself. I just think you get that feeling like there's more out there for you in general, but you can't reach that because you spend that 8 hours that whole
Right.
week on shit that's just like, well, I'm just fucking paying the bills at this point. Like, I feel like there's something where I could be helping people or giving back and
Yeah.
taking care of home, something. But I don't feel like it now because I'm so wore out after work.
See,
you know
that's
what I
where
mean?
you have to take the inspiration, I guess, from the shit that you hate from the 8 hours and say, okay, I'm gonna be
motivation.
tired as fuck, but I'm gonna do this shit as a
So I
means of
don't.
getting out of the shit that I hate.
Right.
Mm.
Use as a motivator for sure.
Definitely.
The transitionary
Tough,
thing.
yeah. But that's good though. That's the
some
way you
Jocko
look at
shit.
it. It's a good way to look at it. Like, remember this pain because you never want to go back to this
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah, it's like you can either, this pain and this misery will be your regular form of existence, or you can suck it up and hate it a little more for a while, but then it'd be fine.
I can't wait to get to that point because then I'm seriously going to remember this conversation because...
Well, it'll be immortalized on the internet, so...
Yeah, just listen to it constantly.
But a lot of people, more than I'm sure more than half of everybody hates their fucking life. And because of what they're doing, they're not doing what, to their full potential.
Yeah, it's not what they really want to do.
Yeah, they're not making an impact. They're not taking care of others. They're not communicating. They don't have time to go out and socialize. Stuff like that. I guarantee you they fucking hate it. You know? I know I do. I do for sure. I try to church it up, but I do.
Church.
Church.
I was talking the other day about having my own church, and then it was brought to my attention that I shouldn't be the preacher guy. I should just be the hype man.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is my congregation. This is my church. I need you to lead them, and I will hype you.
I'll hype you and collect
Pass
the money.
them trays.
Yeah. Collecting that money. But it's another thing that I think that was created because of money. The church.
Yes.
Without a doubt, 110%.
It's a double-edged sword there. Because I mean, yes, it has kind of become a money-making scheme, but at the same time, I'm not even a religious dude. But if I look at the architecture of some of the churches,
oh yeah,
I'm like,
fucking beautiful. They make it astounding for sure.
I wonder if it started out that way, or if somewhere along the way someone realized, I can use this to make money off of it instead of leaving it for its true potential.
Yeah.
We're just gonna profit.
I think way back in the day, it probably started. They were like, for whatever reason, they started and they use these writings as it's like a motivation for people and teach people how to live, right and wrong, good and evil.
Here's some guidelines.
And then somebody was like,
some goddamn guidelines.
And then somebody was like, you know what though? We could also take tithes every Sunday and Wednesday if we have a Wednesday mass.
Maybe even
service.
Saturday.
Yeah, you never know. But it's one of those things. I don't know. It
kind of sounds like wrestling whenever you bring in the maybe Saturday, because it's like we got Monday Night Raw, we got SmackDown, and then, maybe we can get them with a Sunday.
That's when we do our pay-per-views. Yeah.
Pay-per-view for Jesus.
Look, the actual definition of happiness is the state of being happy. I swear to God.
I hate that.
Fuck dictionaries.
No.
I hate that.
So synonyms really kind of help bring it to light. Contentment, which is the first one. Pleasure, satisfaction, cheerfulness, cheeriness, merriment, merriness, gaiety, joy, joyfulness, high spirits,
happy ass fags,
happy ass happies, well-being, good cheer, lightheartedness. So there's a variety of things in there, actually.
See, I was kind of thinking about the happiness deal, and there was a contradiction that I kind of came up with, because sometimes when I'm miserable, like I'm all melancholy and sad and shit, like I'm happy. I make playlists like to magnify that aspect of
for those days
of my emotions, and it's like I'm miserable. But I couldn't be happier right now. And now it's raining. It's even better.
You romanticize the idea of just melancholy.
It's like, what the fuck?
The only bad thing is my bad days like rub off on Sarah and stuff like that because I'm mad. But in general, though, if I'm sad, I do that. Like I'll drive around and I just think and think and think and think. And that might get in the way of a lot, but I like that. I like sitting there and reminiscing about the past and things I fucked up, things I've fucking done great at, and it's on those days that I feel like, blah. Like,
I feel like for you, you like all the things that go with melancholy. It's just the actual feeling is negative, but everything else is like really positive. And you use it for self-assessment and improve.
But maybe it's only negative because people
You're told that?
Yeah, because people are told,
Oh,
be happy in
yeah.
life. Do what makes you happy.
Look,
That's not.
It's
happening.
never, hey, ruminate on the things that make you feel uncomfortable and then become one with them.
I feel like a lot in life and a lot of our feelings and the way we look at things are because of how we were taught and how people tell you. It's like that old guy that would, he would jump into a frozen river and shit like that. And he was like, you're only cold because your mind tells your body that you're cold or whatever. And he was like, you gotta think you're warm. But he was using his brain to tell his body that it's okay. And he was diving butt naked into these frozen lakes and shit.
I thought that shit.
Not even caring.
Not
He
to
would
that
run
level, but-
through mountains with, snow-covered mountains and nothing but boots and fucking, shorts. And everybody can't, but he was saying that you only know that you're cold because your brain is telling you, or you're telling yourself that you're cold.
I mean, and that's why I told you that one time was that, yes, it's a bad emotion at the time. So yes, this is negative, but it's,
Yeah.
it
What
always
makes
comes
it
back
negative?
to labels, but it's...
Oh, I was thinking boxes.
Yeah, it's essentially the same thing because we
Alright.
have labels to put them in fucking boxes.
Hell yeah.
But you're told it's negative. It's not negative or positive. It's just what it is.
It's
Yeah.
what it is.
You have to remove
Like
all
Thos
that.
hates that saying, it is what it is.
No, but it's fucking
just-
true.
It just is.
It just is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents always say, it is what it is. And then my mom always said, life sucks and then you die. And I feel like that's a bad way to look at life. Life sucks and then you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanye is
Definitely,
all
yeah.
like, life is depending how you dress her. So, like, yeah. Stress
That's
it differently,
funny.
man. It is what you make it.
I think,
But-
though, you're right. It's how the labels that are put on it in the very beginning and how we look at
Definitely.
things.
I mean,
And so,
you know,
yes. No, go ahead.
oh, I could say let's not dismiss like the actual external factors that are shit.
Yeah, definitely. There's
But,
a
you
lot
know,
of shitty stuff that
still,
occurs.
even- Like if I'm in a good mood on a day and something shitty happens, I'm a lot more inclined to laugh about it.
Right?
Right.
Ah, this shitty shit.
Yeah.
But like if I'm already pissed, I'm like, motherfucker.
Uh-huh.
You know?
What else? Like,
Yeah. What
something
else? Bring
gonna
something
happen.
else. Say something, bitch.
We went the day we went to the races, which Wednesday, right? And it just seemed like I forgot the keys at the house. I lost my wallet. I mean, you name it, shit happened, dude. And it just, by the end of the day, like I was mad at first and I was pissed off, but by the end of the day and then the next day when I realized my wallet was missing, like
That
it
would
just
be
like
irritating.
it topped it off. I laughed at it the next day because I'm like, you know what? That would top the day off. I'll
Yeah.
lose my wallet and all the money in it and all that. I'm like, oh, fuck it, man. This is what's happening. I'll figure it out. Or, replace everything. But if it would have happened the day before, I'd have fucking lost my shit. But by the end of the day, it all became funny. I'm like, this day, it will never end.
This fucking day.
But it became funny by the end of it because it was so fucked up. Everything that could have happened that we could forget and all that happened.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
But
did.
by the end of it, it was like, all right, I get it.
So do
I
you
get
think
what's
that
going
there are forces in the universe that are working to make things like that happen? Or do you think it's just coincidence? It's like, well, this is the day
I believe
that I
in
decided
karma.
to fall apart.
Would that be a portion of karma? No, because it's all based. No, I don't think. Maybe it's there to test you. Maybe the universe is testing you and
Okay.
testing your ability
I don't know.
to handle. But I don't know. I don't
That's
think.
acceptable. Well, because I mean, it does kind of feel like it would have to be some kind of, I don't want to say like a thinking thing, it's not like a person, but
Right.
there's some element of it being alive.
Yeah.
So, sometimes
yeah.
it's going to throw a little something different at you.
Just to see what's up. I believe in a like one consciousness. Like I believe that the earth has a conscience. I believe the universe has a conscience. I believe that because they still don't know where consciousness comes from. It's the only thing they don't know. They know how your body works and how your blood pumps and how you live, but they don't know where what makes you aware of everything. So that's why I believe in the universal consciousness, one living, breathing fucking consciousness. Because I feel like in moments of deep meditation and DMT and psychedelic trips and shit like that you can contact that one consciousness. You know what I mean? And live through it. So I would believe, just like I believe in karma, I mean, wholeheartedly. If I fuck some shit up, some fucked up shit's gonna happen to me. Believe that.
That's what he even asked whenever he couldn't find his wallet. He said, "Did I do something like to where my karma would bring this about, to where I would lose my wallet?"
It's like, I don't think I did anything. And sure enough, we found it at the house. I didn't lose it.
The gnomes had
Nobody
it.
stole it. You know. So we didn't, because I don't remember me doing anything to karma.
Your shit about the oneness. It's like the oneness. I get the impression that it's there. But it feels like to label it, it would be like an objective reality devoid of desire.
Yeah.
I guess. Because, you know, the thing that gets in the way of a lot of shit is I want this to be like this.
Yeah.
And then when it isn't, people are all distraught. Yeah.
It's the
So if you take the control shit out of it and you just enjoy what it is objectively, you just accept it. Like, it is what it is. Like, I can make it better, I can make it worse, but I can't make it something entirely different.
I will say, I think I agree completely with that, because all the things that irritate me, which they're all stupid, like, well, not all,
they're
one
irritating.
of them, but like, I got upset because I couldn't make my hair look like I wanted it to. That's out of my control. I literally could not, which is stupid. I was trying to control it. It sounds like something that you could change, but I couldn't. Frustrated. Driving, I'm extraordinarily uncomfortable because I can't control what other people do.
Right.
It's
gonna happen.
I can control what I do, my reactions,
and how you react
and how I drive.
That's where I get smug. Because, like, I don't trust other people, but I'm like, I'm such a good fucking driver, I'm not worrying about it.
No.
That's what I thought, too, except we weren't driving and got fucking hit. So I trust nothing now.
Maybe you should doubt your ability to sit on the side of the road effectively.
I'm just never driving anywhere unless I absolutely have to again. So the healthy way.
Yeah.
But definitely the things that do irritate me are things that I can't control, and not even always, because there's a lot of stuff I know I can't control, and I'm fine with it because I know I can't control it.
The Cubs lost again.
Yeah, I'm like,
what are you gonna do?
Man. There's a lot of stuff that you can't control, but you know, for the most part, I just don't give a shit. It's just shit just kind of keeps going by. I'm like a leaf in the wind. I think you have to live
like that. But somebody once said that you are exactly who you think you are, or you know what I mean. Whatever even if you're in a bad situation and you've gotten yourself
if you think you are, you are.
Yeah, you've gotten yourself. You don't know that that's what you truly wanted, but you do because of the actions that you don't really see. You know what I mean? Like you hate on everything. You think you're gonna get in a wreck all the fucking time. Well, eventually you're gonna get in a fucking wreck.
Yeah.
You know, you bring things on yourself that you don't realize. You know what I mean?
I was even thinking right before our wreck about accidents and how I'd never been in a major car accident before.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 months later, we got hit by a fucking dump truck. Yeah. I've never been in a car accident. I mean, other than getting rear-ended. Yeah. And then I did.
A fender bender.
And I was thinking about it heavily. I don't even know why. I just couldn't stop thinking about it, and then definitely did.
I think that you know, that's what happens.
I feel like I kind of had that in a sense, like with because I had trust issues for the longest time, and I kind of felt like maybe part of the problem with like having untrustworthy people around was that I just wasn't trusting of people.
Yeah,
I was always so worried that somebody was going to fuck me over.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I let that go, and then now things are fine.
For sure.
And then if if somebody pulls a fast one on me, I'm like, well, I don't care. Like you're an asshole, but whatever.
Definitely so.
That's a better way to look at it. And I think like your pop like worries about, you know what I mean? The way like you're too relaxed.
Everything.
You're too fucking relaxed. And I'm sure people look at it like, oh, he's too relaxed. But I think you're just where you need to be in the sense that fuck it, man. Because I'm right there with you. I do like the fucking company shit and fucking work and do, you know, and it doesn't fucking matter. None of this fucking matters.
Right.
In the end, you're gonna turn to dust and you're gonna fucking whatever. Like there's not, you're just gonna die. So do now what the fuck it, man.
Yeah.
Like
just make it as tolerable as possible.
And see, that's what my whole thing is always. It doesn't fucking matter, like you said. So are you happy? You have to do what makes you happy, and that's it. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't try to please other people. You need to do what you want, as long, I mean, don't fuck other people over.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
don't be a horrible
Yeah, you
human.
Don't
You
bend
still
over
gotta be nice.
backwards, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, be good to yourself
Yeah.
and allow yourself
Yeah.
to do things that you enjoy doing. And if you're not happy, which is what that would be, then you need to change it.
We don't do the whole fucking argue about the little shit, and I mean, we hardly ever get into the fucking those spats like, oh, you fucking didn't put the toilet seat down.
Oh, you didn't put it
told
down.
Yeah,
You know, we don't do that, but I see a lot of couples that they fight about that. They
Everything.
fucking talk shit about their significant other. They
Yeah.
fucking hate being around them and all. I don't know why they're together anyways, but
Yeah.
we don't do that. And in retrospect, if you're in that kind of relationship or if you're doing it, like, dude, you are wasting way too much time on the little shit
Yeah.
when in reality, even the big shit doesn't fucking matter.
But those are idiots that would rather be in an unhealthy relationship than to
They
just
actually
be
love
alone.
They just
I
want
think they
someone
love it.
around. They're
Yeah, some
so
people do love
scared.
it, but
Yeah.
But I mean,
They're
some
just-
people, they're just,
if needed.
I can't handle being alone.
Mm-hmm.
This
Oh,
is the
no.
closest thing I've found to what I want. This'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
fucking
argue 3 days a week, but those other 4,
They're pretty
Right.
we
alright.
fuck sometimes.
And that's why the divorce rate is so high, because so many people marry someone that they weren't happy with to begin with. It's not like marriage
what is
ruins marriages. It's,
It's because that's the structure.
They just want to be married so much. I only wanted to marry you
it's the
because
dream.
how
It's
how
the
much
goddamn
further you can
dream.
get into love. Like I
Mm-hmm.
told you when we first got together, I didn't want to get married again. I
Yeah.
fucking hated it. I was like, this is a fucking, it's terrible. It's fucking terrible. And sure enough, I asked you to marry me. And the only reason is because I was truly so happy. I wanted to, to express it in a different way.
Yeah, that came
You
through
know
at the
what
wedding.
Yeah.
Right. I hope
You
so.
guys.
I hope so. But like we have people in our life that we see and we're just like, why the fuck would you ever
Yeah.
do this?
Yeah.
It's
could see-
because time's running out and
It's
they're
like I could see fucking around and dating and
Right.
shit, but to commit,
Yeah, seriously. To
Yeah.
100%, I'm going to be with you forever and only
forever.
you.
I'm a wife, you bitch.
Yeah.
Why you always call me a bitch?
Why you always a bitch, bitch?
Yeah, why you always being a bitch?
But
Call you a cunt.
it's
cunt.
definitely so many people, like, that's proof right there that so many people just do what they think.
other people are
Yeah, they
what's
think that's what's expected.
yeah. This
What-
is the next thing that has to happen.
Yeah, so
And like the having kids and things like that, and your family gets all like looking at you like, you gotta have kids. I need to have grandkids, bro. And it makes you feel bad, but in reality, we don't need no more fucking kids on
No.
this earth,
No.
or people for that
I
matter.
can't tell you how long your mom and our mom has fucking said something to me about, well, when am I getting grandkids?
Yeah,
My
never,
answer is
dude.
fucking never.
Yeah.
If forever has been
If
fucking never.
we ever
Jada, take that.
yeah,
Yeah.
you've got 2 already.
If we ever get to the fucking point where we're like, we want to have a kid, if that ever happens, I would rather adopt a kid because there's too many people on this earth anyways, and too many kids that don't have parents to begin with, then I would have my
Yeah.
own. Like, I'd rather give life to a child that is going to have nothing in life
Yeah.
than,
Pollute
birth
the
one
world with
ourselves.
another
With
fucking
another
child.
fucking, that's
Walk
probably going
around
to be
with a
fucking,
fat wife for 7 months.
yeah.
Right, ruin
Fuck
all
that.
this
Yeah.
mediocrity. I don't want to do that.
Probably gonna be fucking dumb, drug addict, fucking piece of shit anyway. So I'll just go get one off the fucking street.
It'd be
That's-
so cute because it would
I'll
look
take
like
a
you.
street kid.
kid.
I don't want to pop out a drug kid. I'll just
Yeah.
take a street kid.
Fuck.
Get on over here.
That's why I
Get
always joked it
adopted,
would come
son.
out 2 feet tall because I was 23 inches long, and it would have that fucking head.
big
I
ass
mean,
head, bro.
Jesus Christ, the size of a basketball. It's gonna have
Huge.
fucking syringes in one hand and
Yeah.
just a middle finger in the other.
But at least if the doctors drop it, it'll be fine.
Oh, he'll be
He'll
all
just
right.
stand up and be like, "What the fuck you doing?"
Yeah, how you gonna disrespect me like that?
Day
Yeah.
one.
Fucking doctors. You don't know shit.
I know.
But none of y'all were on the football team.
Hell yeah.
I just think people put too much emphasis and too much value on things that don't matter.
Yeah.
And I hate to be like that because there was a time in my life I was like, fuck everything, and I was doing drugs. But it was a different kind of like, fuck everything.
But that's a great phase to go through.
Yeah, I think I learned a lot from living the drug life and fucking, robbing and doing all that and going to prison. I learned a lot more than I would have. I don't know. I feel like I'm more sensible. I deal with people in a different way because
Gives
I've
you
been.
perspective.
Yeah, I've been to the, past the lowest of the low, and now I can enjoy the little things on the way up.
Until you're truly in touch with like the worst part of yourself.
Yeah.
You don't appreciate the good.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause,
really...
I mean, the good can be there, but it's like, who gives a shit? It's there.
There's too many people who don't.
Right, you get so used to it.
Yeah.
You're just entitled to this goodness.
Well, yeah, that they've
Until
always had the goodness, so they're like, oh, this is it. But they're never satisfied. And us, man, we do like the little shit. You know, like buying a house is like the biggest thing that has happened, you know, since the wedding. And it was like, I mean, I could have died right there. You know, we moved in, so I could have died right there and I've been happy because we enjoy those little bitty fucking things. Those are awesome because we're humble to that fact.
Even when we got a 1-bedroom apartment, it was the fucking greatest thing ever. Like, what?
But the people who are entitled to it, and it's been that way their whole life, dude, they'll never be fulfilled in that manner. You know what I mean?
I have a really hard time being...
Maybe.
a difficult time being ungrateful for things anymore. I mean, I've been a spoiled fucking asshole basically, and I have a very hard time being ungrateful for anything anymore because I've been the exact opposite. And I've literally had nothing.
See, I've always had the. I wouldn't say I was actively ungrateful. I just wasn't grateful.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm a spoiled piece of shit. Who cares?
And
but but now I'm like, I'm actually grateful for shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a better way to be.
Good things are good.
Yeah.
And they're not always there. So it's like, it's there.
That's
I'm happy with it.
Being grateful for stuff is one of the best things that you can do, especially if you're having a bad day. I mean,
gratefulness, on your bad days is a good thing to do.
Focus your mind on something else. It brings you back to reality a little bit, because who hasn't had those days where they wake up and they're running late, they fucking step in cat puke, can't get my hair to look right, it's fucking raining outside, I forgot something at the house, like, and everything sucks. And then the first time the phone rings at work, I snap at the person. I had to apologize to someone the other day because I did that. I didn't say anything nasty to him, but I was like, what? Okay, I know. and like hung up, and I had to apologize later because of just that. But it happens in those moments.
I try my hardest, so especially dealing with every customer that I have to during the day, face to face, trying to like stuff that madness down, because you'll have that rough day and you still have to put on that. You know, you got to treat them like they're human still. You know what I mean? Even though you want to bash their fucking head in for making you come to their house. Mm-hmm. You know how I feel.
Bash that skull.
But it's funny how I can be completely like, I want to fucking kill you, but still wear a smile and be like, I can take care of you right away, sir.
Because you're a fake fuck.
That's crazy.
I can't even. People come in my office and I'm like, this face of just nothing.
See, I think I do kind of have I just have that face about me, because like even if I'm serious, like I'm being completely serious, I'm pissed. Like there are people that are like, you still look like you're joking. You seem happy.
I can see that for sure.
Hey, motherfucker.
I have the opposite problem where I'm being genuine and people think I'm being sarcastic because I'm sarcastic so frequently. They think I'm joking. I'm like, I swear, I mean this. I'm saying this to you, truly.
Being sincere. Listen to me.
It's so funny, though.
I don't know, though.
People don't listen, really, is the problem.
No, not at all.
So
go ahead.
Simmer down. Listen to me.
I'm going to listen.
All right, so, you know, like, whenever people leave, instead of saying, like, you know, see you later, or bye, or whatever, I say, I'll see you someday.
Yeah.
But nobody picks up on some day. They're like, well, I don't work Sunday.
I know.
I won't see you Sunday. Like I said, someday, you non-listening piece of shit. Maybe I don't want to see you again.
It's awesome. Be like, I hope never that you walk in these doors again.
But then again, there was that last time, the last podcast we did where Adam started to ask a question. I was like, yeah. No,
that's not what I thought you were going to say.
That's not what,
But also, yes to that.
So, I'm a hypocrite, but...
Aren't we all, though? to some extent.
I don't know. That's why when I go to say, you know, or how you doing today, or if I ask you like that, I really genuinely want you to tell me how your day is, or tell me the bullshit that's going on, because I say it every time expecting that. Nobody does. They're just like, oh, good, how are you? And then they walk away. Like, they don't want to have nothing. They just have these automatic responses, and they don't really care. I learned a homeless guy's name because I actually cared. I was like, man, how's the day going? You know, you're out here, what, you know. And he had a lot of issues going on, but I know his name's Clarence now, and I can say, hey, Clarence, how you
Clarence,
doing today?
what's up, man?
Yeah, so I think when
you're
we
like
do those,
the homies with the homeless crowd.
I
though.
do. I love
That's got to
homeless
bring
people.
like a spark of joy to his day.
That does, man. That's probably the only.
It's like, oh my God, nobody ever says my name.
We saw one guy. We were at Mercury Ballroom. We were outside,
Oh, yeah,
and
I
it was
worked
the
with.
guy that was basically across the street from where he was working, and he was
He's a beggar.
homeless.
man.
And he said he was like, Adam, like he was so excited to see him.
I love him.
It was
man.
like after hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
was
love
cool.
him. But I think though when we fucking when somebody's like, how's your day, and be like, oh, pretty good, what about yours, I think we should truly listen to one another, because it's with everybody on their phone and not they just don't listen, they don't care, they fucking move it along. It's like I couldn't imagine living in New York or something like that. I've always
wouldn't.
heard they're very rude and fucking aggressive.
Well, I found
I
that
don't know.
I've been there 3 times, and I haven't really found it's not rude or aggressive, really. It's just they don't care.
Oh
They're
yeah.
like, I've got my shit, you've got your shit. Let's
Right.
just do our shit.
Damn it.
Here, people are gawking and shit. You know.
Yeah, I went
but,
to
yeah.
I went to Atlanta, and I went there I was doing work down there, and I went to like an Applebee's, and I got a drink bought for me from.
What did you just turn down? What was that? What was that
hers.
knob?
My shit.
Oh, okay.
She's hitting
Sorry,
the thing.
continue.
Oh no, I went to Atlanta, and I went to an Applebee's, and then they I got a beer bought for me from the guy behind the bar, the bartender.
Yeah.
The lady beside me bought me a beer because I was from out of town, and the guy beside me on my left bought me a beer. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
But that's was like true Southern hospitality. I finally got a
That's
taste
true.
of. Dude, they were the nicest people I could have ever hoped to meet in Atlanta, and somewhere I would think that it's big city, fucking
That's
rude
true.
and all that. No, they were fucking legitimately like, oh, you're an out of towner. Oh, fucking,
Oh,
we'll show you how it
welcome.
is. Yeah, welcome,
I
welcome
guess
to
I
our
do have
land.
mixed feelings about that. I like the idea of both of those things. Like, I don't want
Yeah.
anyone to fuck with me. Like when we go into stores, we
Yeah,
don't
I
want
don't wanna
people
be
to
fucked
come
with.
up to us and
Yeah.
say, like, how
Hell
can I
no.
help you? Like, get
Yeah.
the fuck away from me. I'll let you know if I need something. I don't want small talk and chit chat when I'm at the fucking gas station from the guy behind me in the
Nope.
line. Like, I don't want it. These are reasons I don't go places
But that's
other than
not-
work and home, because I don't want
You're
to.
lucky I can't get gas on Amazon, motherfucker.
I know.
I hate when people do that to me in the line at the gas station.
Yeah.
And then of course there's like 2 or 3 people in front of you getting lottery, and it's the longest line ever. And this
The
dude
lottery people.
forever, dude.
Uh-huh.
And I don't care what the fuck. I hate lottery is for fucking poor people. Nobody wins the lottery. They only fucking you
They
lose
take your
more
money.
than they take your fucking money. And these.
Uh-huh.
Every time you go to the fucking line, people it's always fucking raggedy ass motherfuckers.
Do you know any wealthy people that play the lottery?
I don't. Maybe there's some.
Realistically,
I'm sure.
though, I don't think I know any wealthy people.
So you
I
wouldn't
think-
have a basis.
Oh,
Dad plays the lot. I mean, he's not wealthy. He's comfortable though. I mean, and he plays the lottery.
Yeah.
I've always thought that was so weird.
he's well off, middle class. He's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
don't
weird
think-
to me
I
that
don't-
he plays it.
Talk to our buddy that owns that business and all that stuff. Like they don't look at fucking gambling. Gambling is what it is. It's gambling. You're just throwing your money away.
Yeah.
Casinos aren't built on winners. They're built on the fucking losers that spend their life in these places.
Definitely.
And then the lottery, man, they fucking, half of them have never won a fucking ticket in their life. And they're like, I got these specific numbers that I always put in. And then the fucking
I'm
cashier.
gonna win once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cashier always fucks up the numbers and they have to do them again. And then it's just,
Yeah.
it takes so long and they never win. Like, what do you win? A couple bucks?
You know
It
what's
makes them
funny
happy,
though?
though.
Is people, they think it makes them happy. It doesn't. It's the rush of, ooh, am I going to
yeah,
win
to
or
win
am I
this
not?
time?
Because until they have lost, there's the possibility that
Oh, yeah.
maybe I will win. It's
It's gonna be this time.
Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed.
Is it there or is it not?
Schrodinger's ticket.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
I mean, that feeling before they draw the numbers. I've only done lottery like 4 or 5 times, but those few times, like before they draw the numbers, I'm like, dude, this is my fucking time.
This is it, man.
It does feel really good.
I think I've played
Until you
once,
lose.
and I didn't even watch the numbers be drawn because I didn't give a
just looked
fuck.
it
I
up.
played one
Yeah.
time my whole life.
I always just check the internet after.
Just
Everybody
fuck
wish.
that.
I always wondered what make like we have Kentucky lottery and it's mixed in with a couple other lotteries like Indiana and all that. Anyways,
All that other shit.
what I'm thinking is why can't like somebody like me? I'm like, hey, I want to start a fucking lottery. So I create an app. I create an app, and then all it is whoever puts money in. The numbers will be drawn after a month, let's say a month, so the money just adds up. And then I get 10% for putting it out there and creating the app, right?
Right.
And then whoever wins it all. And we can do it again next month. Why can I create a fucking lottery or
No.
I'll call it something different, but
You know how the government hates competition.
I know.
Yeah.
But we
Monopolies are illegal unless it's the government.
unless it's the government, they're like, well, this is our shit, and you can't have none of that. But I just don't get, you know what I mean? What if I want my own shit? But you can't, because I think it would cost so much to get into it.
You could have your own underground thing.
Right, but then you chance, getting fined and charged. And
You gotta go to the dark web and charge Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
No one likes incarceration.
Well, there are some people.
There are
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Well,
I don't know if they like it, but they
I mean,
just
that's
can't
fucking
figure out
weird.
how not to go back.
Yeah,
I
like,
look
at least I know it here.
I was locked up with a lot of people that they hated prison, but they love like doing wrong shit. So they were like, "This is just a part of it. I gotta sit here. I gotta lay down for a few years, and I'll be back out, and I'll be back in." And they were okay with it. I'm not gonna say they were happy with going, "Ooh, I'm back in prison."
Yeah.
Some of them like,
Welcome back, Tony.
Yeah.
some people do because they don't know anything else. There's like, I've been, here since I've been in juvenile. And that's just how life is. And they're cool with it because that's all they know.
Yeah.
They get free meals and a free place to stay. They get told what to do. You get a job once you go to prison. Yeah, they got structure. But then they get out and they're like, what am I doing? And then they fuck everything up.
Too much pressure.
Too much pressure,
Because
yeah,
then,
for sure.
especially, you have to pay bills. You have to have a place to live. You have to have transportation, whether it's public or personal. And
It's rough, man.
you have to figure all that shit out. And then, of course, if you have a record, it's more difficult to get a job. The fuck
damn
you
near
gonna do?
impossible.
Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So it's just easier to just go back.
Just keep doing it wrong and go back. I can say it's
Or-
definitely easier to do
I'm
that.
sure no one actually sets out to go back, but they're like, well, I know that doing this, which is illegal, will get me what I need. I'll just go ahead and do it, and
Yeah.
I knew
it'll work out fine.
I was locked up with a guy that he sold dildos out of a like a truck. Like you know how they have like food trucks and stuff. Well, he would
Would
sell
he lean out
dildos
the
and sex
window?
products. I don't know how it technically
Get
works,
your
but he sold them
dildos,
out of
yeah.
the back of the
Dildo,
van.
huh?
And that's what he would do. And he was like, I fucking love drugs. I love meth and I love heroin so much that I can't wait to get back out on the street and do it. It's the first thing I'm doing. And he was doing like 10 years for whatever he did wrong.
Right.
You know,
Dildo
he was like,
drunken?
I can't wait to get back out. And sure enough, he'll get back out. He'll fucking do drugs, do some wrong shit, and come right back. He'd be like, well, I gotta lay down for another 5-10 years.
Right?
At
It's
least
just a tough life.
At least it's a pattern that he's cool with.
Could you imagine
Yeah,
being
it's
60?
predictable.
Yeah.
60 or 70 and you haven't built nothing in life and you've done nothing but go to jail? Because it's weird that we live in a world though that your government or the the authority figures can take your life, because there's a lot of people doing time for something they didn't do.
Right.
So you live in
Right.
a world that they can literally take your fucking life and put you in a box for 50, 60 years. After that,
However
your life's
long
over.
they want. Yeah.
Yeah, after 20 years, forget about it. You're never going to be able to get back on track after 20 years of being in prison.
No.
After 10, I think it would be tough. So you
It'd
got to think,
definitely be tough.
10 would definitely fucking...
The world's way different now than it was when I was 25.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
fast
for
imagine,
sure.
Move.
yeah, not being part of any of that, and then you're like, what the fuck?
Damn it, dude. I'm telling
God,
you,
that
that'd
would
be
be
rough.
insane.
But there are always convenience stores and bars.
But that's scary to think
Always.
about.
And
That
the
you
lottery.
you could not do something if they think you did it. Like it's hard to prove you, especially if you don't have the means to buy a good lawyer and all that.
Mm-hmm.
They can you live in a world that they can decide to take your life.
Yeah.
The drop of a hat, and you know how hard it is to overturn a decision from the courts.
Oh, it's not happening.
It's not
I mean,
happening.
realistically, though, how often are you going to be like wrongfully tried of something?
It happens more often
more
than you
often than
think.
you
Oh no, I mean I know it happens pretty frequently,
Oh.
but the frequent I feel like it's not going to happen to me because I'm not around sketchy shit to begin
Right.
with.
I feel like that's what everybody says.
Let's get them in here.
I think it's
If any of you
another.
guys out there know any people, give us a call.
I think it's another one of them,
Yeah.
the karma things when you're doing wrong. It's like what's that 6ix9ine guy, and he
Yeah.
fucking like telling on people and shit like that. It's kind of like it was coming to you because of karma, whether you did it or not, whether you hired people to do it, whatever you did, doesn't matter. Like karma was gonna get you, and now you gotta whine and cry about going to prison and shit like that. Well,
Yeah.
you chose that life. That's what happens. Now, I don't surround myself with drug addicts and fucking criminals and all that. And sure enough, knock on wood, I fucking pretty much off parole now, and it is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
I've lived a good life since I've been out. But it was because I didn't hang around people. If you were telling me, yo, I'm fucking like robbing people and shit, I'd be like, well, I gotta go.
Gotta go.
Can't be with you anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people like bring this shit. That's karma. You bring it on
I guess
yourself.
though, like wrong place, wrong time type of people doesn't happen very often.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I can agree
What are you
with that.
talking about? I'm a good citizen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I swear.
I've got
It's that-
7 adopted children, and I'm a preacher.
It's a guy
Never
that did
happens.
26 years because he found his mom, dad, and the thing, but it was a guy that he was hanging out with that
Yeah.
killed her with a knife, but he spent 26 years in prison, finally got out, blah, blah, blah. But before all this, he was like smoking weed and fucking drinking and partying away, and then was in and out of his mom and dad's life, and he was just a cold-hearted piece of shit, like, in generally speaking, he was a piece of shit,
Right.
and he was hanging out with questionable people and all that. Well, of course they looked at him like, oh yeah,
Of
you
course.
murdered her,
Yeah.
for sure.
Birds of a feather.
Yeah,
It's
and they're
guilty
just
by
gonna shut you down.
association.
You know what
Birds
I
of
mean?
a feather. It's the same fucking
Same
thing.
thing.
Yes.
I
Different
just-
books.
Volumes 1 and 2 with the same
1 and 2.
theme. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Does
No.
No,
No, not every silence has to mean the end of a goddamn podcast.
you never know though.
What
you
else
know?
do you have to
Yeah.
say?
He has a lot. Oh, you
Yeah,
caught him up.
exactly.
He didn't know what
Catch
to
us
do on that
next
one.
time. Skip it, skip it, skip it.
Skip,
No,
skip.
simmer down. All right. So, if happiness can come from within,
Mm-hmm.
is it then possible for you to be in terrible surroundings on a regular basis
Mm-hmm.
and still be happy?
Hell
Like
yeah.
in the ghetto.
For sure.
Like, ghetto, but like movie-fied.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's all a mindset.
Yeah.
But let's
Be-
say, okay, so let's say you don't like the shit that's going on around.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
You have one friend, but he's like knee deep in that shit.
Mhm.
And you're like, if you would just cut that out, we could both get our life together over here in this corner of town. He's like, no. This is my part of town. But you still find happiness within.
Yeah.
I like this guy. Loyalty.
Because it's your viewpoint on the situation,
Mhm.
right? It's
Yeah.
how you perceive that. It would suck. There's no way to be completely happy in that situation because you still every day bombarded with just fucking, this is terrible. Every
Yeah.
day. That beats you down. It breaks down whatever barrier you can put up here. But I think eventually, if you continuously it's going to get better, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. We're going to do this, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. Eventually, it's going to get better. You know what I mean?
I think
Even the
you could-
shittiest situations.
I think you could very much be happy in a situation like that. If nothing else, if you're seeing all the stuff that's going on around you, you'd be able to see, okay, well, my situation's better. Well, at least I'm not the crackhead on the corner, the
Oh yeah.
You know,
Unless you are the crackhead on the
neighbor
corner.
that's about to lose their home, the whatever it is, it could certainly. But again, it's perspective. It's just how you look at it. Are
Yeah.
you truly happy in here? All this other shit can have an impact for sure, and does have an impact. But you can just keep moving and be all right with it.
Yeah.
If that's what you choose to do.
All right, so happiness is either complete acceptance of things as they are, or
I think if we had
what?
I think
I
if
had
there-
something and then I forgot it.
definitely left. I think though, if we all had living wages, if you were paid a living wage, I think money is the root of all pain, and I think and all like the greed of it and all that. It's the root of all wicked things. Money is the root of all arguments. In one way or another, it's the money.
I got in an argument one time about a sign out by Tinseltown. It's in they use metric stuff. It's like kilometers or whatever instead of miles.
Yeah.
I got in a heated argument with my girlfriend over that shit. It had nothing to do with money.
Yes. Well, really, whether
But in
it's,
general, yeah.
Yeah.
In general, yeah.
Whether
That's just a
it's,
funny
I'm talking about like
That-
when
that
you're
is
looking
really
at
funny.
when you're looking at your life. You know what I mean? When you're talking about I'm not happy in life, like that's different. But I think it all centers around money. If everybody was given a living wage and the money, we don't put so much emphasis on consumerism. Like you gotta have a good, that nice cell phone and the nice car and nice clothes. And I think if we take all the emphasis away from that, live like the hippies, and we'd all be good. Like give and share and
It's like the
take care.
prisoners, but without all that prison.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they
Yeah.
just
all that
Sick.
prison.
Because I mean, if you just have food and a bed, which is what the prisoners have,
Right.
they're fine.
Yeah.
So
well,
I mean, if people just had food and a comfortable bed, then a lot of misery would go away.
well, and if you take the emphasis off of the money, because which we're comfortable, so I mean maybe
Right.
that's why I say that. But I've had no money
Yeah, I've had
before,
no
money.
and been quite content. I mean, it's.
Yeah, it
But
depends on
was it because you were on drugs though?
I don't know that I can answer that question because
It's
I've had no money on drugs and I've had no money off drugs. And
I
I'm
find it
content
hard to
both
be
ways.
content on drugs.
Well, because
Oh,
Yeah, like
especially when
I'm,
you're dependent, because you're like, oh,
I'm
how am I-"
enjoying the drugs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But it's not like, oh, I found I'm content now.
yeah.
That's why I try to tell people. Well, in my case, I would say that you'll never be as happy as you were the first time you ever used, right? Because it's like, oh, fucking, it was like the greatest thing in the world, right? Well, you're not. We had talked about it. You're not meant to feel that good. Drugs
an
make
artificial
you.
high.
Yeah, it overloads your sensory. You're not. Humans are never supposed to feel that.
That's
good.
why there's nothing naturally occurring that makes you feel that good.
Right.
Food, sex, none of those things. Those are the things that are supposed to make you feel your best.
Simmer down. All right. So let's say, because they say exercise is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You go out, you run a mile, you eat a Heath bar, and you
Yeah.
fuck the hottest chick you've ever seen.
That you'd probably.
That's got to be at least like 70% of the
Well,
high.
they've even
Yeah.
done studies
I would say so.
on the runner's high versus an artificial high, and it's not the same type of high. Like
Yeah.
in your brain,
Yeah.
it doesn't register the same. So even if you did go and do that, it's not going to be the same.
Do they have any way of lighting up the same parts? Like have they
I
have
think
they
they're
worked on that at all?
working on that. I'd have to reread the article. I'm gonna let you read it though,
Yeah.
but I don't think they were able to do it. But don't quote me on that. I don't want to say that for fact.
It seems like it would be out of our reach at the moment. Mm-hmm. But I mean, once you can see what parts are lighting up, then you're like, all right, how do we light them up?
Yeah, they're working on doing it. They're even working on making a vaccine to prevent against cocaine addiction.
Oh, they need to do
Awesome.
For all
But that's only
Uh-huh.
because it's the rich
Well,
man's
they've
drug.
got to start somewhere. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Where do you want them to start? And I'll send them a letter.
Probably with
All of
meth.
it.
Because
Meth or heroin?
They say there's a lot of research though on cocaine because it's been around for fucking ever. Like
I'm not a cocaine fan. I've never been a cocaine
love
fan.
it.
Do you really?
It's so good.
So good, the cocaine.
I liked it until I didn't, and then I never did it again. I have no desire to do it
I always
ever.
liked a meth and heroin. Meth was a better choice because it was cheaper and it lasted longer.
Mm-hmm.
But heroin was my love. But I don't know. Cocaine, I could do without it. Like that's a drug. I'm just like, you can go back home.
Fuck.
You can go back home.
That's so weird.
I remember the last time I
weird
did
how
it, I
people-
laid in bed forever. And my mind would not stop
Oh
going.
yeah.
And I was anxious and depressed and hated everything I thought about. I hated myself and I just wanted to fall asleep. And I never did it again. Fuck that. It's the only time I ever felt that way, but it was bad enough that I never
You were
did
like,
it
I don't
again.
want it.
I
Too bad
did
you
it
didn't feel that way off
a
heroin.
significant amount. I did it a whole lot.
See, I've had stuff like that, like with hallucinogens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like,
I've never
I
had that.
fucking really, but then eventually I get past it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then I
found
look
with-
back on it in retrospect. I'm like, oh, okay, this is just an indicator that I need to work on this.
Yeah. I feel like I've always done this with psychedelics is even like the really bad trips where I freak out and I'm like heart race and stuff like that. I'll learn something from the bad trips.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I learn more from the bad trip than I would from a truly amazing trip.
Yeah, the amazing ones are just, yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen on DNT, I've seen myself die. I've been at my own funeral. In fact, I mean, I thought people were coming in the house to murder me and all that. And one time I had a trip and I was by myself out on the couch, you know, fucking tripping my balls off. And I thought about it because I was laying there with headphones on and I was kind of stuck. You know, when you get in a comfortable spot and you don't want to move, you're really fucked up. Well, I sat there and thought about it and I was like, man, what if somebody come in the house and just murdered me? Like, you know, just fucking started stabbing and shit. I was like, well, there's nothing I can do about it. If he wants to kill me, I'm dead. And then I'm just dead and my pain's over. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah, you win.
Yeah. So you got to calm yourself down in those bad trips. But I like the bad trips like I do the good ones.
Yes.
You got to be prepared for anything when you go on a trip.
You do. Yeah, I found if I go in with expectation, like, I want to have this kind of trip. I want to see these colors. I want to think like this. That's when it goes
Not
awry.
gonna happen.
But if I'm like,
No.
all right, let's see what happens.
I never had a bad trip.
Knock on wood.
Ever.
You never know. I don't think
Do you know
though,
why?
Why is that?
Because I'm happy.
Because you're a happy person.
Yes,
That's exactly.
that is a huge thing.
It really depends on your mood. It totally does.
Although, I mean,
Skip.
so there is, I forget where the hell it was, but they were talking about like psychedelics and shit and giving them to people, and like they had cancer and,
patients, yeah.
yeah, those people and shit, and you know,
To
some of
comfort
them
'em.
were happy, some of them weren't, but even the ones that weren't still generally reported good experiences.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like, how much is your mood
Affected with
affected? But I mean, I am convinced that it has an effect on it, but I
It
just don't know
has
how
to.
much.
I think
I don't
too,
know.
knowing what to expect and not knowing what to expect could impact it as well. So
Yeah.
like if you know, okay, well I've tripped a million times, I know what to expect.
Yeah.
It could be good or bad, honestly, either way.
I'm down with them giving it to cancer patients, people that are about to die. It comforts them into accepting death and welcoming it. You know what I mean? Welcoming it.
Wah.
They welcome death, and it, you know, because you get those experiences when you get way out there. Man, your ego death and all that is a real thing.
Yeah.
And you know, you thank God when you come back, like, holy shit, you know. It's I don't know. I really agree with psychedelics more than anything else. I think more than anything else, even including weed, because I think weed makes a lot of people lazy. Just speaking, it makes me lazy if I, you know,
Right.
back when I smoked that and fucking anxious and you know, all that shit. But psychedelics are there to teach you. They're there to, you know,
Oh yeah.
push it. I agree with
Absolutely.
psychedelics.
But I mean, the time with the weed brownies,
Oh yeah.
like, I didn't, you know, I freaked the fuck out.
I
Yeah.
told someone about that today.
But after that, I didn't really have concern with anything.
yeah.
It was like,
But
oh,
wasn't it,
if I
like-
die, fuck it.
Weren't you new to it though?
Yeah.
Oh
new
yeah,
to it,
he
yeah.
was not.
I hadn't smoked weed for very long at all.
Right.
This dumbass. I told him I ate half of one, smoked heavily daily, and couldn't walk up the steps to pee.
Oh no.
So I told him to be careful.
I made my own
That
one
happened.
time.
That's right,
and
too.
It
So
took,
he ate two.
it took
I
way
woke up
too long. Yeah. It took way too long for it to cook in, and then you eat them, and then I fell asleep. But then I woke up higher than I've ever been in
and
my
then
life.
it kicked in.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Those edibles.
awesome,
I've been
though.
away from weed for a very long time.
Because like I thought, there had to be something other than weed in it, but then,
Yeah.
it turns out high enough doses of the shit
Yeah, it can really.
can have effects of that
It's
nature.
a hallucinogen.
I know.
Hallucinogen.
I didn't know that.
I don't
It's
think a lot of people do.
literally
But now that I have that
hallucinogen.
knowledge, it's like, fuck yeah, dude. I feel better for it.
Yeah. I don't think
I
a lot
honestly,
of people know that.
Yeah, probably not. They should, because
Yeah.
it's a mild hallucinogen.
It'd be more than mild if you take a whole lot of it, Ian.
Eat a shitload of it. Find out what happens.
Find
That's why
out.
whenever that cop, like him and his wife, ate the pot brownies or
yeah,
whatever, and
they
they
called
called
911.
Yeah, they're like, we're dead. And I was like, I feel that.
Get that, for
Everybody else is
sure.
ripping on him. I'm like, I've been there, man.
No. That's beautiful. That makes me happy. I seriously thought I was going to have to call 911. I was like, no one's ever died from a marijuana overdose, but it's happening tonight. This is
Tonight's the
the
night.
first case of this.
Damn it,
Wouldn't
man.
that be a badge of honor, though? Like down the line?
For you or me?
You.
Because
I was-
I make
yeah.
pot brownies so strong I killed my
I make the
brother.
best pot brownies ever. They'll kill you.
Yes. That's awesome.
I'd buy them from that person.
Oh, shit.
It's like when you overdose and everybody wants the thing that the guy overdosed on. Like, I
Right.
want that shit.
Hell
That'll
yeah.
get me there.
It's just fucking ignorance.
That's where I need to go.
All right, that concludes episode. I'm afraid to say it now. Episode number 6.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
Hail Satan.
I don't even think we introduced ourselves in the beginning, but I'm
At
Adam
least
Ashby
we did the intro. I'm Sarah Ashby.
and
mean-
Ian Brock in the house.
Maybe we
That's all
shouldn't
my last
say
name. What
our
if I get a
names.
stalker? No, I've always
man,
wanted
you
a
got
stalker.
to.
It's cool.
You gotta have one.
If you want
now.
to stalk me, I live at 11600 Summit Crest Drive, apartment 2.
Ooh.
I don't. What is it? 2.
Oh fuck.
You know
I
what?
don't
Just
even
look
know.
around. You'll see me.
I fucking slid. I
Around.
slid a note under your downstairs neighbor because I thought that was the one,
Yeah,
and it
dude.
said "suck my dick" or something. Ian, so they knew who it was.
I would love to have seen.
He comes, knocks on the door. I've got a note for you.
So when's your next show?
I don't know.
Oh, so we're
Oh, you don't know.
continuing this. All right.
No, I'm saying like at the end.
We're having
Oh, yeah,
practice
promoting.
tomorrow in Gary's
Promote.
basement.
Anybody want to come to
Join in
Gary's
on that.
basement?
Yes.
Yeah,
Holler at your boy.
yeah.
Thank you for listening again. Please subscribe, leave comments, and all that shit. Have a great day.
Yeah.
And fuck off.
If you have a request, let us know what you want us to talk about. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, requests are a good idea.